All right, thank you for stopping back in, and I'm, digging into these deities who were the blacksmiths of, the mythological world. And of course, that brings it to Hephaestus, who is probably the most famous of all the blacksmith deities in the world, possibly because of how, the proliferation of Greek myth. And this guy had it rough. This is a very interesting Greek figure, right? He's obviously from the Greek pantheon. He is known by some other names, including the Lame God. And this was a big part of who he was. We shouldn't forget that. He was called the Divine Smith. He was also known as Vulcan, as his Roman equivalent. He is, of course, a deity associated with blacksmithing, fire, metalworking, craftsmanship, volcanoes, and invocations. His symbols would be the hammer, not hard to surprise, the anvil, tongs, the forge, and fire. And he is officially the fire god, the god of fire and craftsmanship in ancient Greece. He was worshipped throughout what there was the Greek pantheon, basically 1200 BCE to about the 5th century. And primary, the Greek realm, the Greek world itself, Rome, and all the Hellenistic territories. But of course, Greek mythology has spread, in other forms around the world. Now, of course, we know him as the god of blacksmithing, fire, and crafts, known for his unparalleled skill in forging divine weapons and artifacts. He is born from Hera, and in most accounts, it is Zeus who is his father, which makes it even more messed up that Zeus would cast him out of Olympus because he was born with deformities, right? So this is where his story comes from in being the lame god. But he was useful, and he ended up gaining their respect and earning his place among them because he was such a brilliant craftsman. So he forged a lot of the legendary weapons, including Zeus's thunderbolt. We talked about that, and with his assistance from the Cyclops, Achilles' armor, which was indestructible, Hermes' winged sandals, among other very magical gifts. We saw him being represented in the film as well. Now, he was married to Aphrodite because of his stature as this great creator, and Aphrodite, of course, is it among the Greeks. But this was messed up story because she was famously unloyal to him. She had open relationships with Ares that seemed to just go on. Like, that was just, this is happening always, right? So, so that played a crucial role in a lot of his mythology. Now, of course, ranking him as one of these very powerful deities, these Olympians, I rank him at about a 6 with his abilities, to make the most powerful magical weapons. This is an incredible deity here. Now, he was celebrated after traditional festivals. It wasn't necessarily a festival carved out for him, but there is an Athenian festival honoring metalworkers, and of course he was venerated there. His sacred colors are, of course, red and orange, symbolizing fire and the forge. His sacred animal is the donkey, which is associated with endurance. His number is 4, and 4 is a number of stability and craftsmanship. His sacred metal is, of course, iron, bronze, and gold, the things that he worked in. He is notable for taking offerings at forges. Like most of the, metalworking gods or the blacksmith gods, they tend to take their veneration at their forges. That's the primary place if you're going to leave things. You can leave metal pieces. You can leave, the implements that he likes, iron, gold, other things that are dedicated to metal. And he is, of course, in this pantheon of deities and holds a very important role in this pantheon. If you have more to add about Hephaestus, obviously a well-known commodity, please drop them in the comment section. And as always, if you enjoy these short bits of mythology, I ask that you hit that like and subscribe so you know when new videos are in the loop.